Hi, I'm Glenn Simpson, and I've collected comics for over 40 years, and I'm showing off my collection one box at a time. Today we're looking at box number 57. We're going to start off with some Dracula and the Draft and Dragon and Druid, and we're going to get into the E's, and we're going to end up with the Elementals. So it's kind of a hodgepodge in this one. But I'm so glad you're here. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe so that we can keep the channel going strong. And if there's anything in any of these packs that you'd like to see, what's inside, let me know in the comments, and we'll look into making a video for that. So here we go with box number 57. All right, picking up where we left off last time, we've got some Dracula. Really, only one thing that just happens to start with Dracula, because of course most of the Dracula comics were like Tomb of Dracula, that sort of thing. But we do have this from the recent Blood Hunt crossover, Dracula Blood Hunt 1, and through Dracula Blood Hunt 3. There. From the new universe that we saw a minute ago, we have the Draft. So war gets declared, and the metahumans get kind of, not they weren't called metahumans, but the the supers or whatever get pulled into the armed forces to fight this war that's going on. So and that starts off in the Draft. Then we've got, there was a series called Southern Nights that was a independent title from Comics Interview, and it had, one of its members was named Dragon, which was literally a dragon who could take the form of a man. So he got his own 4-issue miniseries called Dragon right there, and that's issue 1, and that goes through issue 4 right there. Then the Savage Dragon, of course most of his titles were Savage Dragon, so they wouldn't be right here, but he does have a 3-issue series, and I don't have a lot of Image stuff, but he did have a 3-issue series, Dragon Blood and Guts, and I do have, I picked up 1 issue of that at some point, so I'm like, well, okay, let me pick up the other 2. So that's issue 1, and that runs through issue 3 right there. Jason Pearson, Carl's story on those covers. Then Drax got a from Guardians of the Galaxy. He had his own series, and I don't have the whole series, but they put out these timely comics that were the first 3 issues of. They did this for 2 or 3 series. They reprinted the first 3 issues in 1 book, and I did pick that up, so I might get the rest of that series at some point, but so far that's all I've got on that one. Got Dream Team, so it's I believe, if I remember correctly, just a bunch of pinups of Marvel and Malibu characters, like Ultraverse characters, teaming up or fighting, or basically this is the general idea right there. Got Druid, a kind of actual serious look at the Dr. Druid character. He had his own run back in the 60s, I believe, and then he wound up in the Avengers for a while, and sometimes it's kind of a bit of a joke, but because he's definitely a second string to Doctor Strange, but he did have a brief, a 4-issue series here, issues 1 through issue 4 right there. I want to say, it may have been Warren Ellis or somebody like that doing the writing on that. I can't remember for sure, but somebody like that, somebody good. Dune, the limited series that adapts the movie from the 1980s, which if you haven't seen, everybody should see. It's wacky. And that's issue 1. Bill Sienkiewicz doing some awesome, photo realistic kind of, definitely looking at those photos in the movie and recreating them. That's issue 1 through issue 3 right there. Got something called Duo, so this was apparently something that took place in the Milestone universe, alongside Static and Icon and Hardware and all that, when it was brought back to DC. But this isn't taking place in the same city that they live in, so I don't exactly know exactly what was going on. It was pretty interesting. Guy and his wife are not getting along, and then they're in an accident that binds them together in a way that they would not have wanted. So that's issue 1, and that runs through issue 6. Have a dynamic classics. This was one of a few different reprint books that came out right around the same time, that were, I think they were, there's only issue 1 is the only issue that came out. I believe that it was a victim of the DC implosion that we've talked about. So this one reprints the first sort of Neil Adams really serious Batman story, and had a backup of the it was I think a new Manhunter story. And we get into the E's. Welcome to the E's. They did this line of one-shots that were adaptations of the CW network's DC superhero shows. So issue 1 of Earth Prime features Batwoman. I don't know why they're called Earth Prime. Issue 3 features the Legends of Tomorrow. There. We've got issue 4 with Stargirl, and issue 6 with Heroes Twilight, which was not a show, but this is something that kind of wraps up everything that they were doing in the previous 5 issues. And I guess in theory they were going to introduce a Gog or Magog character in the CW shows. Then, alphabetically speaking, we get to Earth 2, which, as I've mentioned, so it's filed as if it was Earth TWO. And this is the 0 issue. This is the New 52. We've got a new version of Earth 2, where basically the characters who were the World War II heroes in the main universe and in the original OG Earth 2 are actually the new young heroes in this world. And there was a big war against Darkseid, and this world kind of got broken up as opposed to it, and lost its main superheroes, including Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. And so some new heroes, a new version of Jay Garrick and Alan Scott and things like that, Flash and Green Lantern come about. So that's the 0 issue that goes into some of that Superman Batman stuff that, as in the normal first issue that we see here, well, I say really this kind of is all already taken place in the past when we get into the story. but that's issue 1 right there. Runs through issue 8. We've got the daughter of Wonder Woman being a minion of Steppenwolf of Apokolips there. And issue 9, got the new Jay Garrick getting caught right there. Got issue 16 with some stuff going on right there. James Robinson doing some writing on that. Nicola Scott, a great artist, doing the art on this. So this was not suffering from poor, talent, but this just never took off. Let's see. We take a little interlude. This might be a little out of order, but for the holographic .1 issues, issue 15.1, featuring the background on Val-Zod, and 15.2 on their world's version of Solomon Grundy. Right there. And kind of jumping back, we got issue 17. We've got a new Batman rising from the ashes, as it were. And 18, I believe they find Superman, and he's not in good shape. There. Yet another evil Superman. Number 19. This is the first appearance of Val-Zod, the sort of African-American Superman from this world, and which is, they often talk about adapting that to movies and things like that, and so issue 19 is his first appearance. Issue 20, got some Jay Lee doing some covers with, so their Lois Lane has gotten stuck in the red tornado body, and their Aquawoman is very different than their Hawk Girl. 20, 24, whole team, they've got their Green Lantern, their version of Green Lantern, Alan Scott. Issue 25 is another, I guess, the first cover appearance of Val-Zod right there. Make sure I put you in focus. There we go. Continuing that story, issue 26. Of course, Power Girl is very interested in, keeping up with him and with Superman, so she returns to this world. And in the New 52, the Power Girl that we had from the start was from this world, and then later they'll bring back one from, sort of the whole pre-crisis thing. Issue 32. There, and that's the final issue of just the plain Earth 2 series. Now I think from there it went, well, let me finish this. So we've got Earth 2, Annual 1 there, and Annual 2, the shocking origin of Batman revealed. And we've got New 50 or Earth 2 Futures End with the holographic cover there. So I think chronologically, the next thing is Earth 2 World's End, and then, but alphabetically, the next thing is Earth 2 Society. So we're gonna stick with keeping them in order. So that's Earth 2 Society, issue 1. Just, starting everything back over with an issue 1 to try to get people going. Issue 4, more Val-Zod. Issue 5, there. And run through issue 12. They had their own version of Commander Steel or Citizen Steel, or that character's gone through a few different names. Steel in general. And issue 13, Hawk Girl doing what she does, finding a box, opening it up. And that ends with issue 22. There. And Society had an annual 1, the new Batman teaming up with the daughter of the original Batman. There. And then I think this one was in the middle. This is Earth 2 World's End. And so that's issue 1 of that. Judging by the progression of the artwork, you can it makes you kind of assume, yeah, this is better artwork than that one was. So that's issue 1, but lots of people working on it. Through issue 8. There, this had some kind of, I think, some version of either Shazam or the Thunderbolt on there. Probably Thunderbolt. This is Earth 2 after all. Issue 9. So they've had all these ties with the New Gods throughout this series. So we've got Mr. Miracle showing up, and that extends through issue 16. I think that their Superman that they found didn't survive the experience. There. Issue 17. There. They, interestingly enough, had what appeared to be a Tamaranian among the folks that that Desaad had working for him. And of course, Big Barda. Issue 17. Issue 20. Mr. Miracle going up against Mr. Terrific. That's certainly a good matchup right there. Issue 21, bringing in a Green Arrow sort of guy. And that ends with issue 26. Right there. I think this may have run bi-weekly also. That may have been why there were so many artists. That may be why there's so many artists and stuff, is because I think it was running bi-weekly, twice a month, as it were. So that may be, you needed that many to keep it moving. So that's issue 26. And so that is all of the New 52's Earth 2. Then, of course, we get to Alex Ross and Earth X. His sort of future of the Marvel universe and what might happen right there. I can't even follow the story in this. But I like looking at the amazing Alex Ross artwork. So this is a Wizard special edition that came out right there. We've got, and then there was a one-shot Earth X, sort of number X, and not to mention that the art inside is John Paul Leon. It's not more Alex Ross. So It's just the covers and things and sketches. So the good stuff is on the outside on this series, in my opinion. Is that one shot? We have another Wizard special, Earth X. This is the 1/2 issue right there. We will eventually get to the actual series. They have a 0 issue. Just when you thought we were done with weird one-shots. And then finally, yes, we get to issue 1 with its weird futuristic Daredevil and Captain America and that kind of thing there. You can see that through issue 4. There, the Spiders Man, and there's issue 4. Got issue 5 with the female Thor with the very interesting outfit. There, kind of a future vision. Future Wasp. Just all kinds of interesting variations through issue 8. I believe this was like the daughter of Spider-Man, and Peter Parker had retired and was kind of pudgy, and that kind of thing. Issue 9, the Inhumans, and Medusa's hair had kind of gotten out of control. I believe this was the series where the premise was everybody on Earth gained superpowers or something like that. So maybe that's at the end, but that's some of what they were doing there. Through issue 11, right there. Got the Celestials. Let me get that. And then, of course, the biggie, this appearance of a female Silver Surfer that is Shalla, which everybody latched on to for the, because Shalla is the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four First Steps movie. So that is a big boy book for that reason right there. Let's see. We've got Eclipso. Following the Eclipso, the Darkness Within series that ran through all the annuals, they decided to do an actual Eclipso series. It's got art by Bart Sears, Keith Giffen doing the writing with some help, and it was an interesting series. We as we may see, a bunch of people get killed off in it. That's issue 1. Through issue 8. There was a lot. This is very reminiscent of Starman by James Robinson. Lots of flashbacks, very Vertigo, pre-Vertigo, or Vertigo adjacent. Some very weird stuff going on in this series. Issue 9 there. Through issue 13. Had a bunch of deaths. Creeper. Peacemaker. Hey, I forgot. Yeah, the Peacemaker dies in this. He gets better. Manhunter. He gets better. Steel. I think that's supposed to be the grandfather Steel, the old elder from World War II. And this guy from the Force of July. And
Dr. Midnight from Infinity Inc. They all formed a team. They were going in to take out Eclipso, and they fail. But you know how it is in comics, they all make their way back. Issue 14. There. Issue 18, we've got Eclipso versus the Spectre. This may be where some of the whole, you know, how they are forces of, you know, heaven and whatnot, and the wrath of God and the vengeance of God and all sorts of things. This may be where some of that came from, but that's the final issue on that. And they had an annual. This is one of those annuals for DC where every issue introduced a new hero. This one was Prism. I don't think we saw Prism ever the heck again. Then we've got that poor annual keeps preliminarily getting poked by this gem here. I don't think that annual's not worth much, so it's not hurting anything. But what I mentioned before, the Eclipso, the Darkness Within, it was a two-part beginning and ending to all of those storylines, and it has an actual plastic gem thing glued on here. So beware, you know, protecting the books sitting on it. That's issue 1 through issue. See, it doesn't even sit flat. Anyway, issue 2 right there. I have not got all of the whole Spider-Verse thing, but I've got some selected issues and some things. It's just it got way out of hand. But so I've got Edge of Spider-Geddon, featuring Spider-Punk right there, and issue 4 right there. I think there's some, you know, other Spider people that these are the first appearances of, that kind of thing. Don't freak out. It's a reprint. Edge of Spider-Verse, issue 2. Just picked that up. Actually, I fell for it though. I thought I had found it and it was a good deal, and was get a great deal, and turned out to be a facsimile. So watch out, folks. I didn't pay that much for it. I mean, it wasn't that somebody lied to me. I just thought I was tricking them, and you know, the joke was on me. Also got Edge of Spider-Verse issue 5 with the sort of Kraven the Hunter Spider-Man and the very fashion conscious Spider-Man right there. E for Extinction. So during the second, you know, the 2015, I guess, Secret Wars, they did a variety of series that had the same title as classic series or storylines from Marvel's past. So this was one that was kind of a takeoff of the new X-Men span of time that had been Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley. And so people are kind of doing their best imitation right there. E for Extinction, number 1. Running through E is for Extinction. Extinction, number 4. Get El Diablo. Yes, technically this should be in the D's. I've debated that. But I did decide to, even though the title's beginning with the, of course we skipped the, in a terribly insensitive act on my part, I'm sticking with the L. This is a Southwestern hero, using a name that had previously been used by an Old West hero. And the series came out in the 90s or late 89, yeah. And he was a pretty cool dude. He was a nice dude. He got another little appearance over in Justice League or something like that. But the series didn't last very long. So, but anyway, that's issue 1. Issue 4. This did, of course, deal with a lot of discussions around immigration and things like that, which, of course, are still timely to this day. Issue 8. There. Mike Parabeck doing that artwork. Is he the one that passed away? Maybe not. Anyway, issue 8. Oops, that's wrong. Sorry. Issue 5. Issue 5. And you saw issue 8. Issue 9 right there. And the last issue, issue 16. I think I remember his secret identity gets exposed, and he just kind of was like, yeah, okay, it's me, whatever. Right there. And we have another El Diablo series. This one you would know from the first Suicide Squad movie. Forget his name, but the character, the gang member who shoots fire. This is where he is introduced, and he has his own series here. So that's El Diablo number 1 through El Diablo number 6 right there. And we've got Electric Warriors was a miniseries from a few years ago. It was a future setting, descendants of a sort of the DC superheroes, and it took place in the DC mythology. Although there had been a previous Electric Warriors or something to do with Electric Warriors, I don't think that one was tied into DC. It was published by DC, but I never read it. But it just didn't look like it was a DC. You know, it looked like something that was just published by DC. But this one has its ties to DC, and it's kind of an interesting series, if I remember correctly. That's issue 1 through issue 6 right there. Then we get into Elektra. So this is the -1 flashback issue that was run for the Elektra series that we're about to get into, and so it tells a little story from before she really, from her past right there. And then we get into the actual series. I don't think I can't remember if I have all of this one, but this is Mike Deodato art. So good, nice looking lady art right there. First issue on that. We go to issue 4, Elektra hanging out with shirt tail out, Doctor Strange. So this whole thing, this is one I bought as back issues, so it's not as, I don't remember exactly what's going on, and I was reading them out of order, but it looks good. Issue 5 right there, runs through issue 12. Getting them back together. Issue 13. Well, it looks so things were going so well on the previous cover, and now they're like, issue 13 through 19 is, I don't know if that's the last issue or it's just the last issue I have, but that's kind of a last issue cover, don't you think? I think that's probably the last issue, issue 19. And then, not long ago, they just did out of nowhere, an Elektra 100, and so, got that, just kind of out of whack. I'm sure that's that was the legacy number at the time. And then we've got the next Elektra series, part of the Marvel Knights, Greg Horn doing artwork. There is one of these issues has a error variant, kind of, where he originally drew her not wearing a top, and then somebody complained, so then after they had to go back and pulp the issue and draw in a bra, and but of course there are always still some of those out there. So that's issue 1. Issue 4 right there. Still Greg Horn. Whatever happened to Greg Horn? We don't see him much anymore. Mature violent content. Yeah. Get it out. Issue 5. That's the way a ninja sits. Issue 5. And issue 10. There. And we've got issue 11. There. Through issue 16. And then I believe that is the last issue of that. Or it's the last issue I have of that. And we go to the next series during the Marvel Now period. Right there. Cool cover right there. Through issue 4. There. And issue 5. There. Through issue 8. And I'm pretty sure I don't have all of this one. This is, I'm pretty sure there's more issues, and they're on my want list. So, this is issue 8. Then we have Elektra and Wolverine, the Redeemer. Done with this style of art. There. That's issues 1 through 3. There. That's the famous Elektra Assassin 8-issue series by Bill Sienkiewicz. Very famous, artwork has been reproduced quite a bit. Introduced a few characters. One character would go on to be appearing in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. Issue 1, that's the guy, Garrett. Through issue 4, Bill Sienkiewicz doing what he does. There. Issue 5, in a very 80s outfit. There. Through issue 8. Go. Got this Elektra the Hand miniseries, issue 1 through issue 5. And I'm sure there's a gajillion other Elektra books, but she's not really high on my list, so I get a few things here and there. So then we go to Elementals. So the Elementals, this is their second appearance. They first appeared in a Justice Machine annual, which we will look at eventually, although I think it was bigger than a normal book, so we may not see it until we look at get past the original 180 boxes. But this is their second appearance. Bill Willingham, who would go on to work do a lot of work for DC, started this. Kamiko was the publisher. 4 people who die in ways related to the 4 elements, and they are come back to life with powers related to those elements. Kind of a very early, kind of The Boys type of series. Very, very looking at, the ugly side of what might be a superhero might be like. So that's issue 1 through issue 4. Interestingly, the water version was called Fathom, and later on, Michael Turner would have his Fathom series. So I think that's why his stuff was always called Michael Turner's Fathom. There. Issue 5. There. Through issue 8. This is, of course, what is it, 8.5 hours? 8, whatever. There was a movie, Kim Basinger, and this was right about that time. So this is a play on that. Right there. Lots of sex, very adult. I believe this one dealt with the fame. They were famous, so this was dealing with those elements. These are all wraparound covers, by the way. Things get ugly for Monolith, the Earth elemental. There. Issue 13. Morning Star running like hell from the snow thing. There. Issue 16. This weird vampire creature. I always just remember him going elementals. They're fighting a big weird vampire there. The elementals. Continuing that fight. Issue 17. There. Morning Star just having a pose there. Issue 20. There. And one of their baddies here in issue 21. Chrysalis, I believe, if I remember correctly. Issue 21. Issue 24. Right there. Eventually, there will get into some ownership issues between Willingham and Kamiko, so he'll leave the book. They'll kind of try to keep publishing it. I'm not sure if we're at that point yet. But that's issue 24. Issue 25. Right there. The reason I say that is because since he's not drawing it, that makes me think that that's where we are. Issue 25 through 29. I believe that is the final issue of Elementals, the volume 1, and that is the last book in this box. Make sure you saw that good. There we go.
So that's 57. Next time we'll do box 58. We will pick back up with some more Elementals, and we will eventually make our way into Excalibur. So I hope you'll be here. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you have a great day.